even poaching decreases their already low rate of reproduction, threatening them even more. Other species have also been threatened by poachers. In particular, poachers, even animals that poachers do not target directly, are under threat. The gray snub-nosed monkey is not a primary target for poachers, but since poachers' traps are non-specific, they often kill other animals in the area, including the already endangered gray snub-nosed monkey. The Scandinavian wolverine is another endangered animal that's being threatened by poachers, and 36% of all deaths accounted for in one research study were caused by poaching incidents. Poachers also target eggs and young of other creatures. The leatherback turtle in one area has an estimated 90% rate of poaching of turtle eggs before they've hatched, because it's simple enough for the poachers to go into the beaches and dig up the eggs before they've hatched. And in a study of scarlet macaws, it was found that 11 out of 56 nests were poached and showed evidence of poaching, and probably more of the nests were actually poached than because they only studied a very small area. Now, extinction of endangered species is bad enough by itself, but also there is an environmental risk that comes with these mass extinctions. In particular, I studied the population dynamics that are influenced by removing a single species. In this graph, it shows a basic population dynamics relating a snowshoe hare and its main predator, a lynx. As you can see, as the population of the snowshoe hare rises, so too does the population of the lynx, which then correlates with a drop in the snowshoe hare population and a subsequent drop in the lynx population. This cycle occurs throughout all years of the study. Now, this is a normal cycle because a predator will act as a limiter for a prey species, decreasing its numbers once the population grows too large. And as the population of the prey species drops, so too does the predator species. Now, if the predator species is removed, then the limiter for the prey species is also removed, and the prey species is allowed to reproduce unlimited, which causes strain on the environment and unbalances the ecosystem. A keystone predator is a limiter predator that is very important to the particular ecosystem that it is found in. Examples of keystone predators include tigers and wolves. I had mentioned before that the tiger is a keystone predator. If a keystone predator is removed from the system in which it is important, then often the ecosystem becomes imbalanced. An example of this is actually the reintroduction of wolves to Yellowstone National Park. Many years ago, wolves were removed from the park by hunters and farmers who did not want them threatening their nearby lands. When the wolves were reintroduced to the park as the keystone predator, the park had many ecological benefits from it, including benefits to the insect populations, which feed off of wolf kills, aspens and willows and other trees which were being overbrowsed by elk populations, which had no limiter outside of the wolves. Now, also in my research, I studied the issue of animal rights and the moral and philosophical impacts of animal rights. And this has been an issue that has been studied throughout the years by many, many different authors. I just have a couple up here. Plato, in his Republic, once goes into a discussion of a healthy city, which he would consider to be a moral city with no excess and no extra greed and living with a moral character. And in this city, he suggests that people should not kill animals because it would unbalance the city's natural balance within nature.